Hello everyone, and welcome back to the United States channel. Now, this is a preview of the video that's about to pop up in front of you guys, but this is just a disclaimer, really. Last week, I put out a post about me going to the Queen Mary, and I did. Long Beach, California, I went for the third time, I believe, and the disclaimer is really, I was kind of rushing in the video because I don't live in California, by the way, so I don't go there a lot. So Queen Mary was like one of the least things on my family's mind, main thing on my mind. So we had to go through it because we had a lot of stuff to do, and it was kind of, like I said, the last thing on my folks' mind. But that's the main thing in this video. So I'm talking fast, so that's why you guys may not fully hear me sometimes, because I am probably known for being the guy who mumbles. But I mumble a lot in my videos sometimes because I talk so fast. Probably because I get nervous or something on camera. But anyway, so that and how I'm filming the video, it's kind of like my first video, how it's filmed. It's kind of hard to explain, but if you guys watch my first video and see how the video is filmed, you guys can see what I'm talking about. So that's pretty much it, guys. So without further ado, hope you guys enjoy the video. And yeah, enjoy the video, everyone. All right, everyone, I have made it to Long Beach, California, Queen Mary. Welcome back to the United States channel. For you guys who don't know, I posted a while back about me going to the Queen Mary, me making a video on it, and well, here it is. Here it is, everyone. So yeah, without further ado, guys, let's get this video started. I have limited time. So yeah, let's go. All right, everyone, we're on the top of the ship towards the funnels, and they're right there. There's one of the lifeboats. They took off the other lifeboats a while back, but yeah, it's cool. All right, everyone, here's the top of the ship. The telegrams, dude. For those who don't know, they would use these wherever they have to go. These would go down to the engine room, and the people in the engine would fly. Here we have the wheelhouse, the place where the commands go on the Queen Mary. There, all the telegrams, there's 3 steering wheels. That steering wheel right there, I believe, is the autopilot. Queen Mary did have an autopilot. It's actually pretty advanced for the time, actually. And the other 2 are for manual. One, if one was being repaired or was broken, the other one would be able to be used. It's pretty cool. Yeah, Queen Mary had rolling issues. It was known for that. Where I don't have my models with me, but it would constantly, look at my hand, be like this sometimes at sea. In 1958, the stabilizers were added to basically keep the ship more stabilized during voyages. Yeah. It's actually crazy. And Queen Mary was one of the first ships to be equipped with actual, like, radar technology. Of course, today it's primitive, but back then, you know, it was top of the top. And then 1960, Marconi gave him a modern day one, but as you guys probably know who's watching this video, it was, let's say, pretty new. Queen Mary had just gotten to California around 1967, and it was Marconi had just given that telegraph, but they wanted it back. They wanted it back, no joke. They gave him it in 1960, and like 7 years later, they wanted it back. All right, guys, we're making towards aft of the Queen Mary. Right there. Last time I was here, guys, was last year. It's almost like a tradition. I come here almost every year. And there it was. That funnel was like chipped up the paint, and since then they've been redoing it. All the other ones have been always pretty red. That one was always orange. It's crazy. A lot of people ask how Queen Mary got to Long Beach. Well, Kennard sold the Queen Mary to Long Beach after it was being phased out. yeah, that's how it got here. Sailed here under its own power. But anyway, like I was saying, the Canal Lines, when they sold the Queen Mary to Long Beach, they made a deal that it can never compete against them again. So Long Beach had to make a huge refurbishment in their retirement to turn the Queen Mary from an ocean liner to a museum. And yeah, they removed a lot of the parts of the engines to do that. And how we have the Queen Mary today is because of that deal. Queen Mary has a lot of wood on it, and you see it, it's wood, all of it, the entire deck. Remember guys, the SS United States was all aluminum, everything from the deck to the keel, all aluminum. But anyway guys, about the wood, Queen Mary has over 60 types of wood, and the maritime trade laws today, because of all the fires that happened, see, did not let that happen. Yeah, it's crazy. It's a crazy view. All the davits to lower the lifeboats are right there. Still on the Queen Mary today. Anyway guys, we're making our way back inside. Yeah. There it is guys, right there. Shows all the wood on Queen Mary. Over 62 different types, even some that are extinct. It's actually crazy how much wood is on here. I mean, if this thing caught fire, this thing would go up in a second. Anyway, there's a funny story about the Queen right there. That's a replica of the actual plaque that was there. The Queen Mary, when the Canard Line approached the Queen, this is more of a rumor, but I like to think it was real. That when the Canard Line came to the King, they asked to name it the ship after the greatest leader of England, and the King said, "My wife would be delighted," and you can't argue with the King, so that happened. Anyway, guys, as you can see in front of me, this is the gymnasium, the actual gymnasium for the hotel guests, and then you have the old original. Yeah, I can't even tell you guys how some of this stuff works. That's how old it is. This shit was almost 90 years old, guys, remember? Anyway, I didn't explain it, but this hall right here is called the main hall. A lot of shopping centers. Right here. No, the one above this is the main hall. Yeah. This is the main hall. All the shops and everything right here. And over here we have the promenade deck. All the way down. That's on the side of the ship. Yeah. Guys, now that I'm on the ground of the Queen Mary, here's one of the lifeboats fully painted. We saw one up there, but it wasn't painted. And yeah. And as you can see, guys, there's a propeller on this thing. Queen Mary was the first ship. I'll always love to say this. Queen Mary was the first ocean liner to ever have motorized lifeboats. Ever. It's crazy. That, like, you think it would ships before it, but it had it. Like the Normandy, which is like regarded as one of the most futuristic and luxurious ships, ocean liners to exist. Yeah, Queen Mary had it. It's always interesting to me. Here we have the engine room. This is way bigger in person. Queen Mary had 2 anchors. This is one of them. The other one is at the front of the ship. Here we have the map. Always like to say this. Queen Mary was up here starting in Britain, sailed all the way down. It was too big to go through the Panama Canal, unlike the United States. And it sailed all the way down past Africa, under Australia, through there, and to Long Beach, California. And one of my favorite parts, probably, is the other ships on Queen Mary. We have the Normandy and the actual fleet of Canard. We have the SS United States. We have the SS United States. Queen Mary held the record for 12 years, guys, before the United States came. 1936 all the way to 1951. when the United States had its maiden voyage. As everyone knows, that's the United States today. That's when it's in Philadelphia right now. As you guys know, it's in Alabama. All right, everyone, we are in the engine room of the Queen Mary. A lot of these lights like this are actual lights, but they're to replicate the actual fires that would be down here in the boiler room. Yeah, so the engines each would produce 40,000 revolutions, I believe, equaling to over 160,000 horsepower. So you guys can do the math on how many engines were in here. Around 16.8 from what I remember correctly, if I remember correctly. And these all would go through an entire system, which they mostly removed when they brought it to Long Beach. There's the turbine that would make the Queen Mary fast and would push it over 30 knots. Always crazy to me. These ladders right here is where the crew would have to go on to get to the boilers and everything. The boilers have been removed. They're pretty much that way. But yeah, that's the engine room part, guys. It's crazy. This room is way bigger than it looks, guys. All right, guys, we have made it to the propeller room. And in here, this is actually built off the ship. They added this after the ship was docked in 1967. And in here is the propeller room. Since then, a lot of people have dropped money and stuff down there. But they built this off after they docked for people to the propeller. I believe the other ones are either removed or still there. There's an actual cone. The main part, the middle part of the propeller, back there is closed off. And in here is the theater room. Video's playing, projector, and here's the actual theater.
This was all lounging area.
In here we have the World War II exhibit, showing everything on the theater. They actually removed a lot of the engine room, and this replaced it. Souvenirs and stuff. Winston Churchill. You guys pause the video from going too fast. It's crazy down here. Churchill once said that the Queen Mary and the sister of the Queen Elizabeth did so much during the war that it shortened it by a year, maybe even two. A whole year at most. Axis powers. Yeah. Actual souvenirs, they actually put these on the ship when it was at war. Anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this video. I couldn't do a lot because I've already been here for a lot of time. I gotta go do other stuff because I'm only visiting California for a week. And I live not in California. So, yeah, I should say that. I don't live in California, so, yeah. Right there, that's a submarine right there, Soviet submarine. It's pretty mysterious how it got here. It was sold in Long Beach around the 80s, at the end of the Cold War. And they're supposedly gonna get rid of it because it was deteriorating, so they closed it. Yeah, so they're planning to get rid of that soon, probably around 2029, 2028. There's the front and top of the Queen Mary. There's the anchor right there, that's the one. So yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I couldn't do a lot with today's time, but I hope to do a little bit of a tour of it, guys, for those who don't live in the USA or in California. So yeah, Queen Mary has 3 of those horns, by the way, if you guys didn't know. So yeah, just wanted to say that before I end the video. So yeah, that's it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Subscribe. I'll see you next time. Bye.